Hello all, my name is Pratham Chandratre and welcome to my YouTube channel. So guys, in today's video, we are going to understand about bias and variance in machine learning. Have you ever wondered why our machine learning model performs perfectly during training, but it fails miserably in the real world? That's the magic, or rather the curse of bias and variance. In today's video, I will show you how bias and variance are connected to underfitting, overfitting, and the sweet spot in machine learning, what we called as generalization. So let's first start with bias, guys. Think of bias as assumptions your model makes about the data. Like if your model is too simple, for an example, your model is fitting a straight line to a data that's actually curve. Means our data is actually curve, but our model is fitting a straight line in it. Then it's probably that our model is going to miss many important points from our data. So that's actually what we called as high bias in our model, where our model actually underfits, guys. That's actually underfitting, guys. Means in underfitting, our training accuracy is less and our testing accuracy is less. Now what is actually overfitting, underfitting and generalized model? This I have already explained in my previous video. So go watch that video first in order to grab entire concepts from this video also. So in underfitting, actually the bias is high and variance is actually low. So you have to remember that in underfitting there is always a high bias and there is always a low variance. Means our model is too simple to understand the complex pattern. As we can see clearly that our training accuracy is only less, then how we would get a testing accuracy more. So that's actually what we called as high bias, guys, where our model actually underfits. Here our model is too simple to capture the complex patterns. So in underfitting, always our training accuracy is less, so we have high bias here. Now before moving to a variance part, guys, if you want to connect with me one-to-one for a personalized guidance, I have put a link in the description where you can book a session with me on TopMate. Now just a short intro about me so that you know from whom you are learning from. I have basically completed 13 internships in artificial intelligence domain at top organizations like Amazon, IBM, EY, Infosys. I was also able to crack 6 job offers in less than 60 days in an AI/ML domain. I have also earned 24 global certifications, which you can check on my LinkedIn profile as well. And recently, I was featured on Times Square 2 times in 2025. So if you want a direct mentoring, career advice, personalized learning roadmap or a project guidance, feel free to connect me on TopMate. Link is in the description, guys. Now let's see about variance. Now on the other hand, if we talk about variance, guys, see, as you can see in overfitting, our training accuracy is more, but our testing accuracy, when we test our machine learning model in the real world, it fails. So in overfitting, our variance is basically high variance. Now on the other hand, speaking about variance is basically sensitivity to the training data, guys. For an example, imagine your model is like a practitioner student. It memorizes every single data, including noise, outliers in the training set. So automatically training accuracy will increase of our model. That's actually what we call high variance, guys. Because see, when training accuracy is much more, it has learned each and everything, and if some parameters are tweaked in testing data, so it basically fails to perform good in real world data set, guys. So in overfitting, we always have high variance. So in overfitting, bias is basically low, but in speaking about variance is always high variance, guys. So in underfitting, bias is basically high, but variance is basically low, guys. Now let's connect the dot, guys. See, first is underfitting, wherein we have high bias and low variance. The model is too simple and it doesn't learn enough. Then speaking about overfitting, guys, here we have basically low bias and high variance. Here our model learns too much in the training data, including the noise. And now let's see about generalization, guys. This is actually the sweet spot in machine learning, wherein we have low bias and low variance. Here our model actually captures the real patterns but ignores the noise in the data. Now let's see one real world example, guys, in order to understand the concept more clearly. But before it, I have one good news for you. I have recently launched my brand new Udemy course on Pydantic. So for the first 100 learners who will enroll in the course with the link in the description will get the course for just rupees 499. So grab that deal, guys, and believe me, I have put in lots of efforts in the course, and that course, the Pydantic course, will be an amazing course because in 2025 I have seen lots of questions coming out from Pydantic in an AI engineering interviews. So grab the deal for the first 100 learners who will enroll in the course. Course is just for rupees 499. Now let's see the real world example so that you get the clear understanding of entire concepts. Now let's say you are preparing suppose for an exam. If you only skim through one liners and don't study properly, you will actually miss many important concepts. Means your training that in underfitting your training basically is not done properly. So similarly in you have not studied well, so your training has not done properly, so your training accuracy is less. So that is actually what underfitting. So in that case our bias will be high bias, guys. Now let's take example of overfitting. If you try to memorize the entire textbook including typos and random footnotes, you will stress out and fail actually what the real world questions need. So that is actually what overfitting, guys, where in our variance we have high variance. And then the smart way to study the key concepts, solve different types of problems and practice enough so that you can handle new questions confidently. That is actually what we called as generalized model, guys, wherein our training accuracy is also good, testing accuracy is also good, and we have got low bias and low variance. So this was all about variance and bias, guys. So to wrap the video, guys, bias is when your model is too simple to capture the complex pattern. Then speaking about variance is when your model is too sensitive and learns noises. Means underfitting basically have high bias, overfitting basically have high variance, and generalization is the balance we all are chasing for in machine learning, guys. Now, if you found this breakdown easy and useful and different than usual textbook style, hit that like button and also subscribe to our YouTube channel, as there are many more machine learning videos, agentic AI videos probably coming from next week, guys, on our YouTube channel. And let me know in comments which topic I should simplify next. So see you all in the next one.